So today I want to chat with you about the Wave, the Charge, what multi-tools that are so close to these in looks, perhaps also in utility, should you buy if you can't afford these. Now, one of the quantifiers we need to talk about is that the Wave and the Charge you can usually find used on eBay. Probably that's always your best option, but you may not want to spend weeks or months looking for the best deal on eBay if you want another option, which is your best option. Now, for a while, your best option was something like this, something like the Ozark Trail, the Multi-Force. This is a Swiss Tech version of that design. So this one right here, the tools open from the side, the opposite side of the handle. You have your 1/4-inch bit driver. There were many different variations to some extent. Some of these tools had wire cutters, some of them did not, but by and large, they basically had this general design. Now, things have changed a little bit. Now, the Shell multi-tool is one of the first multi-tools that next grabs my attention because it has elements of the Wave, also the Free series as well. When we look at the handles, we definitely see some influence of the Free series. The plier head, most of the other tools as well, remind us of the Wave. And I also felt like it had a very good tool set. Again, 1/4-inch bit driver. When we look at the outside tool set, we have the saw, serrated knife, regular knife, the file, diamond file, very nice pocket clip. Now, this one primarily was interesting because of the Free series. It was different. It seemed a lot more polished. This seemed like one of the first of the more upgraded options where you felt like you were carrying more of a premium tool. Now, Swiss Tech rather tried to do this, but I felt like the Shell multi-tool was a lot more successful with more of its high gloss polish finish, and the tools just felt more solid and useful to me. Maybe that was just my perception, but I really like this, and I still like it to this day. At around $25 on AliExpress, I just saw it there. It's a really good tool. But things change, and we got even newer tools. Now, the next two multi-tools to really grab my attention are the SQT 2048 and the 2048A. Now, these lately have all kinds of different names. There's a Byberry version. There's all kinds of different versions of these, but originally these were on Amazon in the titanium version, and then also in more of this Shell multi-tool version with a pocket clip that reminded you of the Free series. One of the big differences to this, it will be the plier head. Also, we'll first see this micro screwdriver. Then also we'll see this Charge design with the serrated blade, this cutting hook, as well as outside scissors that mimic the Leatherman Surge almost on a Leatherman Wave style tool. All these were pretty exciting, pretty groundbreaking. For these reasons, to some extent, I still feel like this is one of the best multi-tools you can get on the market. The SQT version with this Free series, I think it's just the 2048. Now, the 2048A or the Day Camping DL7 is very cool because it does have titanium scales. You can change those. You can add Leatherman scales with just a little bit of modification. So that adds another cool factor, but it doesn't have a pocket clip. So this becomes one of the tools that's just really a fantastic option for EDC. But there's two more tools that come on the market pretty soon after. Now, one of the next multi-tools to come on the market is the Gordon multi-tool from Harbor Freight, coming in around the $40 mark. This one will, to some extent, have a lifetime warranty, some people say, from Harbor Freight, so we'll see how that pans out. But again, we have some design cues from the Wave, also the Charge. We've got the serrated blade with the cutting hook. We also have the micro driver here at the bottom right here. We do have the Leatherman bit driver, and this is where things get interesting because now the multi-tools start really reverting back to the Leatherman wave. Also the bit driver as well, using these flat bits. So we see the design change back to something a lot closer to the wave. Gordon multi-tool will probably be one of the closest to the wave, with some of its parts even being interchangeable. We've got this pocket clip you can take out. It does have a glass breaker on it that definitely differentiates itself from the wave, but gone are the large scissors, and back we are to these small scissors originally carried by the wave. Now my Gordon multi-tool has done really good, but we'll do more of a summary at the end of this video. Now one of the next tools to burst on the market is this arc. Not to be confused with a Leatherman arc, this is ARK, not ARC. But this is one of the newer designs where we see a shift in the plier head. The plier head style changes. It goes to more of a cut off plier head at the end. We have this Leatherman wave style bit driver, but the tools inside seem to be a little bit cheaper. Some of the tools outside seem to be a little cheaper as well. We've got this ruler on the one side, file on the other, but there's no diamond file. The tools don't feel as good. The scissors seem to be a little bit cheaper as well, but has G10 scales to make it seem like a more expensive tool, and it commands the same price as the titanium Camping DL7, although the interior and some of the exterior tools don't really seem worth it. So in the end, which tool is the best? Well, in the end, you are the judge. The Shell multi-tool usually will probably be one of the cheaper options for you. This doesn't have as much advanced design in it. You won't have the serrated blade with the cutting hook, you won't have the micro driver, and you won't have the newly redesigned plier head that some of these other ones do, but it is a solid tool with some upgraded features from some of the past generations. So at $25 on AliExpress, sometimes $30, $35 on Amazon, it's a pretty solid option. Now, one of the next best options, well, probably my favorite option, again, will be the SQT 2048. I still think this remains king because it has a 1/4-inch bit driver. It does have this redesigned plier head. It does have the serrated blade with the cutting hook. It has the micro driver with a replaceable micro bit. I believe this is still one of your best options around that $40 to $50 price point. Even so, I think it's a fantastic deal. Essentially, you're getting maybe almost $100 to $150 tool for about a third of the price. Pretty great option. Now, the Gordon multi-tool at $40 is probably one of your next best options. This one right here has done extremely well for me. Not a fan as much of this Leatherman flat bit driver. That's more something that comes down to taste. Also, this doesn't have the large scissors on the outside that the SQT 2048 will. That's one of the big reasons why I like it as well. But for a lot of you, you do like the wood saw and the diamond file on the outside, so you'll be satisfied with that. Perhaps Harbor Freight will honor its warranty, and this may be a pretty good option for you. Now, the last two tools we're left with, definitely this Camping DL7 or the SQT 2048A is the best option of the two. I don't necessarily recommend this because it doesn't have a pocket clip. It is more expensive. I'm not sure if the titanium handles justify the $5 to $10 price difference between the normal SQT. So just because of that, I don't necessarily think it's a huge deal, but I love the titanium handles myself. I definitely think it's worth the extra price for myself because I like the option to change them out. So for me, this is definitely worth the price, and I do really like it. Now, this tool, unfortunately, I really like that you can get it in different colors. but I'm not a fan of the design. I feel like they've cut corners and they've charged the same price as other tools. Right now on AliExpress sale, you can get it for maybe $36, $40, so it's not quite as expensive as it was, but I still don't think it's that great a deal because of some of the corners they've cut. Let me know which of these is your favorite below.